In this video, we're going to discuss the alert zone behavior. Alright, so I am approaching a campsite here. You can see that there's some enemies here in the camp. They are armed, and we just got to be really careful not to get spotted. Maybe we can get a good headshot on one or two of them before they get too close. Let's see if we can get over here. Oh, I just stepped on a twig and alerted all of them. So here they come. Hopefully I can survive. Nice tanky. Alright, luckily I survived, even though I got shot up pretty bad. Just stepped on another twig. So let me show you how the alert zone works. Alright, so this was a little bit tricky to set up, if I'm honest, because gauging the distance between the NPCs and the zone takes a little practice, but I got it working eventually just with trial and error. But let me just show you how this works. So I have this zone here, and that zone is playing that twig snap sound. So that's kind of what I was counting on for the alert, but it's really just, you know, for the player to know that they've alerted the NPC. But you can put prompt text instead if you want to. You've got a little spot here where you could type, you know, you've been spotted, or you've stepped on a twig, or whatever you want it to say. And then the alert range, this is the tricky part. So by default, a character will have something like 1250 hearing range, which if I left it like that from this distance, they'd have just heard me walking up. It wouldn't have even needed the alert zone. So I had to dial that down a little bit. I also did the sight as well, just so they wouldn't accidentally see me, because I got it down to like 500 hearing and they could just see me. And so I brought that way down just so they wouldn't accidentally see me. I mean, it is night after all. So they've got, I lowered it down to 1,000 because I have no idea what the distance is exactly from here to here. So just play around with it. Depending on your scene, it's going to vary. But the alert range is 1,500. So basically anything within a 1,500 unit range is going to hear the sound. They must be within 1,000 because they heard it. So when I stepped on the twig, they were within that range and they heard it and they came running to find out what was going on. Now you do have the alert mode with single use or multiple use. So if I had done single use, if I had stepped in that zone twice, then it would have only worked once. But in this case, I had it on multiple. It doesn't really matter because I killed all the enemies anyways. Zone height is how far above the zone can the player be without it triggering. So in other words, if I were on the second floor of a two-story building and the zone height was 100, then I would be safe and not trigger this zone because I'd be over 100 units above the zone. So that's just how high above the zone you can be. Spawn at start is ticked. That means it's active immediately. As soon as I start the level, it's on. I could trigger it, so it might be where you want it to be inert to begin with, and then something triggers the alert zone. You know, so suppose you're going into, you know, a secure building, and you're able to sneak in, get the objective, but getting the objective triggers the zone to be activated, and then when you pass through it, that alerts the NPCs. That could be a good use for something like that. And then lastly, we have the sound slot, which is just what you hear when you enter the zone. So in my case, I chose the sound of a twig snapping, and that is, you know, like I said, it's really more for the player to understand that they've actually entered that zone, rather than the NPCs don't know what they hear. They just know they heard something and they come running. But that's it. Really simple one today. If you enjoyed the video, or if you learned anything new, please be sure to click the like button down below. If you're new here, or if you just haven't subscribed yet, we'd love to have you stick around. Please be sure to do so. And if you'd like a notification for whenever new videos are posted, just click the bell icon, and that'll let you know when a new video is ready. Thanks so much for watching all the way through. I appreciate it, guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now. Hey, don't forget there's a written guide for every behavior, including ones I haven't yet covered on this channel. And if you want to learn some more, why don't you check out this video next.